What is up, everyone? I got another YouTube video. My name is Mike. It is Monday morning. If you're not familiar with Mondays, usually it is a recap sales day. That's what we're going to do today, but we also have a pretty good topic, and I kind of want to talk about how anybody in any walk of life can start an Amazon media reselling business and be successful at it. I think this is very important. You know, there's really no barriers. You don't need a degree. You don't need any schooling. You just need YouTube University basically to get rocking and rolling with an Amazon media reselling business. If you're interested in being around like-minded Amazon media reselling business people like myself and over 100 other media sellers, join the YouTube channel. $2.99 tax write-off for you, and you get to hang out with me every week on Zoom, and we got a private Discord with all of the information you could ever need as a media seller. So we have eBay sale, we have one eBay sale, and we got a few Amazon sales. So we'll cover the sales first, and then I'll kind of jump in to the fact that there's really no barrier to starting on Amazon. So let's go. All right, eBay sale first. Our only eBay sale here is McGuffey's Eclectic Readers Primer through the 6th revised edition slipcase, even with the sticker up top. I did show that in the eBay listing as well and made note of it. So if you're getting into eBay, make sure you're really descriptive with your pictures and your description. Had this listed for 50 bucks, sent an offer out to a watcher for 40, and they took it. So these books are pretty clean inside as well. The slipcase is beat up, but people appreciate these slipcases even if they are basically destroyed. So if you ever have something in a slipcase, make sure you keep it in the slipcase. If you're selling it on eBay, it's going to give you a little bit more value for those books. So $40 out the door. We got this from the library. This was free, so a lot of this older stuff I get from the library for nothing. Can't complain about it. Nice $40 bill in your pocket. Listen, just because it's sold for $40 doesn't mean I'm getting two 20s. All right, I got fees, I got shipping. Basically, I'm getting like 99 cents after all the fees and everything. Moving on, Amazon sales. We had a few Amazon sales over the weekend. Already shipped one. Pop it up here. Doop. That was a Dollar Tree flip. We actually have somebody, a member of the Discord, who has multiple replens from the Dollar Tree. So that's kind of like another bonus, right? You join the channel and hey, maybe you don't have that many thrift stores, but you got a few Dollar Trees. This guy, Mike, of course his name's Mike, right? I mean, what can I say? Mikes are just geniuses. He has a whole list of replens for the Dollar Tree. He can walk anybody through going into a Dollar Tree and making flips on media, anything like that. But you see, mine was a box of lifestyles. I bought, I think, 22 of these. I'm down to about 8 or 10 of them. The price has gone down. When I first had them, they were going for 15. Now it's down to 10. I just want to get rid of them, make a few bucks, and get them out the door. So that was the first one. I already shipped it, so because I have those at home because it's such a low rank. Usually once I have the lower price, it starts selling, so I keep those at home with bubble mailers ready to go. Bob Ross. Me and Deb love Bob Ross. We have the Roku stick that plugs into the TV, and we can just have Bob Ross on all night. He's a pretty entertaining gentleman, great painter. And the Netflix documentary about Bob Ross, if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's crazy. I mean, what he went through at the end of his life is just nuts. So we sold this for $8 plus shipping. Get it out of the house. Personally, I can't paint. Deb is better than me. If you've seen my handwriting, it sucks. My painting is just as bad. So somebody will appreciate this. The old school AC Moore sticker, which is no longer around. Out the door for 12 bucks. Moving on. Aerosmith. So smart in their fine uniforms. I don't even know what this is. I think it's like a, yeah, it's like a graphic novel kind of deal. Sold this for $17.67 plus $4 shipping. Not too shabby. And the last one we had, Scooby-Doo collection, 26 bucks plus $3.99 shipping. 3 movies. I love kids DVDs, and it's weird because me and Johnny kind of talked behind the scenes, like, how often should you go back and scan your merchant fulfilled inventory for FBA? We came to the agreement probably once a quarter, so once every 3 months. I did that yesterday for my DVDs, and I actually found about 30 maybe like 40 DVDs that were good for FBA now that were previously only good for merchant fulfilled. So I removed all those from the merchant fulfilled, listed those, got them in a box for FBA. That'll be to UPS today. But this was one of the ones I scanned. I said, oh, hopefully this will be good for FBA, and it wasn't, and it sold yesterday. So it's weird sometimes how it works, right? You see something and you're like, oh, how come this hasn't sold? And then, you know, within the next 24 hours it sells. So 30 bucks for Scooby-Doo. I love Scooby-Doo growing up, watching, you know, the cartoons. Scooby-Doo was one of my favorite. You know, it's like, I don't know, the cartoons back then were just different, right? There's a moral to the story. You know, they actually had some substance inside of the cartoons, which a lot of them lack today. So Scooby-Doo, 30 bucks. Appreciate it, Shaggy. And that's it for the sales. I've been cleaning some stuff up here. The unit's kind of coming together. I'll give you a quick look before we get in. We did purge our DVD section, so it is a mess. These top shelves are basically full. We got our eBay stuff. We're going to go through this today. We're going to talk to Max, Common Ground Fine, see what he wants. We're going to send him a box on consignment. We have Second and Charles ready to go. CD duds, DVD duds. So it's coming along here. We got disc for Mike ready to go. These boxes are for Johnny, ready to go. I just got to get a label on them, get them to USPS. CDs I need to scan, CDs I need to scan. So that's where I'm currently at. I'm trying to get everything cleaned up. We're in the process of looking for a house now. Not saying we're moving like right away, right? We're waiting for something where the price is right, the location is right. We're not in a rush, but it is on our mind, right? Every night I'm on Trulia looking to see if there's anything for us. So once we get a house, the storage unit will go away and I'll have a storage room inside of a house, which will be nice, but there's no rush to this process. If it happens, it happens. If not, we can just, you know, reapply for approval on the mortgage and just keep looking, right? I don't want to get into a situation that's, you know, worse than what we currently have. So that's kind of a little recap. Now we're gonna get to the topic. Anybody can sell on Amazon, right? Every week on the weekly call, we have people from all walks of life, from all over the country, all over the world. We got some Canadians hanging out in there, some Americans. As far as I know, those are the only two countries we currently have in the group. But it's kind of cool to see anybody can do this, right? It doesn't matter if you're you know, 10 years old. I'm sure there's 10-year-olds out there scanning books. Or if you're 90 years old, like Tommy Boy. I'm just kidding. He's not 90. He's only 89. But it's funny to see, like, anybody can do this. If you just want to put in the time and the dedication to having a little side hustle, there's really no barrier to entry, especially with media. There's so much content out there where you can get started today with, you know, $20 and your smartphone, and you can go out and scan books and possibly change the trajectory of your income and life, right? That sounds so dramatic. Change the trajectory of your income and life today. No, but seriously, like, I kind of did the same thing, right? You know, I just said, hey, let me try this out, and now it's turned into this, and this is what I do full time. I enjoy what I do. I don't love books, but I love the money the books make me, right? You know, so it's one of those things. I think that's like the huge appeal to it, is that anybody can start this. Now, not a lot of people stay with it. And I think that's where having a support system of sellers like myself and others kind of encourages you to keep going, right? Because reselling, it's ebbs and flows. Some days you're riding high, some days you're riding low, right? You ain't got a sale in 3 days. You're rethinking everything. You're like, man, what is going on? This is not working for me. But if you have somebody to lean on, yo, Mike, I haven't had a sale in 3 days. What's going on? I can say, hey, it happens. I've been there. Everybody has been there. It's not a big deal. Just focus on sending in more inventory, listing more inventory if you're on eBay, and the sales will follow. I've come to realize, right, the reselling game is just, you know, it's just about consistency. That's all it comes down to. And consistency is one of the hardest traits to, like, kind of hammer into somebody that really, you know, never really was consistent. And even myself, I could say, before I really got and took reselling seriously, I was so inconsistent, right? One day I'd be sourcing and I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go out tomorrow, and I never go out tomorrow, or I'm gonna list this tomorrow and I never list it tomorrow. I can 100% say I used to be that person, and I still, you know, I still have days, weeks where it's like, I really want to list on eBay. Not really. Like, I'm still guilty of that. I'm still working on that. But if you can find a little bit of consistency, especially with Amazon, you're going to get results. You just have to stick with it, keep sending, keep sourcing, and the sales will follow. And now, like, kind of back to the topic of, there's no really specification for doing this, right? Man, woman, child, senior, anybody can kind of do this, right? We even have, you know, businesses that are based off hiring virtual assistants to source for you. So it's gotten to a point where you can literally pay somebody, give them a, you know, an operating procedure, an SOP, standard operating procedure of how you want them to source online, and you can actually have people source items for you. And you could even argue you could do that with what we do. Hire a scouter, right? You say, here's a scanner, you know, all you're gonna do is go in, scan, anything that scans green, you buy, and then, you know, it's that easy. So there's so many, the knowledge needed is so low, at least with Amazon. Now, eBay's a little bit different, especially if you're dealing in different things, you gotta have a knowledge base. But with Amazon, the software kind of babies us. I mean, it just makes everything so easy. You don't gotta reprice. You just send your stuff in, forget about it, make sure everything looks nice and pretty once a week, and then you wash your hands of it. So if you're out there and you're on the fence about whether or not you want to start a media business, I would say go for it. I mean, what do you got to lose? 20 bucks, 30 bucks, 50 bucks, 100 bucks? There's really no really risk involved, in my opinion. You buy a scanner on Amazon, you don't like it, you return it in a month, right? Every scanning app has free trial software, so it's like you kind of can start this and figure out if it's something you want to do for $0 and 0 cents. Like, the risk is nothing. And if it's something you enjoy, maybe your area is really, you know, there's no competition. All of a sudden, you know, you got a 6-figure business on your hand, and you're like, I should have did this years ago, right? I say that all the time. I wasted 10 years of my life at CVS. If I would have been building my Amazon business the 10 years I was working at CVS, I won't be in the storage unit, right? I'd be posting these videos from the beach somewhere in the Caribbean, driving my Lamborghini on the sand, looking real nice, you know, real tan. Instead, here I am in some mud hut in central Pennsylvania. It's got metal walls. It's like a prison cell. No, I'm just kidding. I enjoy it. So I just get out of the mindset that, you know, this is hard, or you got to be a certain type of person or a certain type of character to have an Amazon business. We have all walks of life in the Discord, all different types of business models. They all work as long as you put in the time and effort. So it's going to do it. I appreciate you watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more used book videos. Bye-bye.